Are you tired of hearing about phishing? Same here, and I'm more tired of talking about it. But bad news for both of us, neither one of those things are going to stop until phishing quits working. And one of the best ways to get it to stop working is by, you guessed it, me talking about it and you listening. So if you really want to stop hearing about it, watch the rest of the video, share the video, ask me to come and talk to your employees and I'll repeat everything I talk about in the video. And maybe, just maybe, we can start imagining a life where I don't have to talk about phishing and you don't have to hear about it ever again. Let's start with something positive for a change. 84% of US-based organizations have stated that conducting regular security awareness training has helped reduce the rate at which employees fall prey to phishing attacks. This means two things. Companies are implementing training and they're seeing the positive impacts. What does that mean for you? If you aren't training your employees, you should start immediately. Another positive is that ransomware attacks are actually down. Fewer companies were victimized by ransomware in late 2022 than at any point since early 2021. And this is great news because ransomware can be devastating. It also means that companies are implementing cybersecurity tools like EDR and cybersecurity training, which directly contributes to this drop. Now on to the stuff that we both don't want to talk about. Surprise, surprise, phishing attacks are at an all-time high, again. Nearly 1.3 million phishing attacks were observed in Q3 of last year alone by the International Consortium APWG, or Anti-Phishing Working Group. That is nearly triple in the last 2 years, and we expect that number to increase in 2023 once the numbers are in. And I could throw 1,000 phishing stats at you if we both had the time, but I'll spare us both and give you only a few that stood out to me. Attacks against the financial sector represented 23.2% of all phishing attacks in 2022. 76% of phishing attempts were targeted, meaning the bad actors were sending messages out with intent, not just casting a wide net. And smaller organizations are seeing a higher rate of malicious emails. Symantec, a cybersecurity-focused company, says that organizations with 1 to 250 employees are seeing phishing 1 out of every 323 emails, while organizations with 1,000 to 1,500 employees are seeing far less at 1 in 823. As of late 2022, only 1/3 of those asked could define malware or ransomware. Overall awareness of security threats is getting better, but this is a clear sign that it is still lacking. Now, two specific trends that we're seeing increase this year are zombie phishing and shortened URLs. Zombie phishing works like this. The bad actor gains access to your account and begins sending emails pretending to be you. But instead of creating a new message that says, "Hi Kelly, I need you to buy me some gift cards," they use old email threads to make any request more convincing. Since there's a pre-established line of communication, Kelly is more likely to fall for the scam. And shortened URLs are also becoming more common in phishing emails. By shortening the link with a service like Bitly, cybercriminals can hide the true nature of the landing page and bypass some security filters, meaning the common defense of hovering your mouse over the link isn't as powerful as it used to be. And other telltale signs of phishing emails are starting to go by the wayside as well. Bad grammar used to be an immediate red flag of phishing, especially when impersonating a major brand. But with the availability of AI, these scammers can correct grammar, spelling, and overcome language barriers, making phishing emails that much more difficult to spot. Additionally, the SSL lock icon in the URL bar doesn't mean much anymore. Over 84% of phishing sites use SSL, and that number goes up about 3% every quarter. So just because it has a lock doesn't mean it's safe. Are you one of the millions of people who look forward to the deals from Amazon on Prime Day? With this year's Prime Day rapidly approaching, I wanted to share this statistic from Atlas VPN, a security company who recently was acquired by Nord Security, which is an internet privacy and security provider for individuals and businesses. Atlas VPN reported a surge in retail websites impersonating Amazon last year. In the 90 days leading up to July 12, 2022, last year's Prime Day, over 1,600 fake sites were detected with 897 spoofed Amazon sites active on Prime Day. Additionally, it was identified that 61% of people questioned could not differentiate between a real and a fake Amazon logon page. So if you plan to do some shopping next month, please be mindful of which site you wind up on. Continuing on brand impersonation, this tactic is still incredibly effective in phishing emails. And these are some of the most impersonated brands of 2022. Walmart, relating to 16% of all phishing attacks globally, DHL at 13%, Microsoft at 12%, LinkedIn at 6%, FedEx and Google at 5%, Netflix at 4%, and PayPal at 3.5%. So if you see any emails, especially ones that you weren't expecting from these brands, Make sure you give it a close second look before calling any number or clicking any link in the email body. Something else you should always be looking at when reviewing your emails is the subject line. Occasionally, the subject line can be a dead giveaway of a phishing email, especially if it's blank. According to Atlas VPN, over 67% of phishing email subject lines were left blank based on their findings from a 2022 threat report. After a blank subject line, the report found that fax delivery report, business proposal request, and meeting were also in the top 5. So phishing still exists for 2 major reasons. 1, it still works. 2, it's inexpensive. Automated tools are easy to come by, as are list of email addresses to target. I mean, we willingly give away our email addresses on LinkedIn and the About Us pages of our websites, so targets aren't hard to come by. Good AI tools are free and can craft convincing phishing templates, and a custom phishing page can be purchased for as cheap as $3. So how do we stop phishing? If you made it this far, you already know. We can stop it by being aware. But you and I can't do it alone. It will be a long time before phishing ever stops. So instead we must defend. And how do we do that? Nothing new here. MFA, awareness training, EDR or equatable security software, and general mindfulness when you're in your inbox. This is not the last time you're going to hear about phishing, and it won't be the last time I make a video about it. But I do hope that by continuing to do so, we can reduce the number of successful attacks and help protect the businesses in our community. If you want to learn more about phishing, cybersecurity, or business technology in general, I encourage you to follow our social media channels, sign up for our newsletter, or visit our blog at salvustg.com.